So I haven't made a video for a while, and I thought this would be a really good topic. I bought this ute. It's $3,500, which is way too much for what it is. Izzy! Bad girl! Oh, you scratched the shit out of it. Scratched it. That'll buff out. So I bought it about 6 months ago. It's got 230 something, it's really messy in here at the moment. 236,000 Ks. I bought it with about 230, I think. So I normally trust roadworthies, but this one, the guy was super duper keen to use his person. I've been burnt before, but I've always wanted a red ute and this was in my budget. But anyway, the guy was some rich bloke. He said he likes to stuff around with cars and sell them for a profit. I mean, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with selling for a profit. And my dog's in my engine bay. Get down! Yeah. But I did pay 3.5 and I was told that's pretty far over. But like even 2.5, like there's only a grand difference there. And I don't ever plan on selling this car whatsoever because it's... Can you hear that? So he got the roadworthy done. I can't remember the place, but and it needed more. Because I feel like he must get a lot of cars done there, and they just run them through, and just sort of trust his judgment. I mean, the car's good. Like these Commodores, these motors, and all that. This platform, even when they're broken, they still work. Like my diff isn't too bad. Like the drive shafts need doing in this, which if you buy it new, it's gonna be like $600. The motor still going pretty strong. I mean, it's definitely lost power, but I think that's just the temperature change in Australia right now. Because I bought this car when it was like freezing cold, and now it's like warm, and I'm noticing a bit of a difference. Starts right up. Yeah. So I've only done a couple of things to it. It's got a cold air growler intake, which is very expensive for basically just induction noise. But a lot of people know that it is just induction noise unless you've got a tune or something to support that mod. And it's got a 2.5, 3.5. I'll have to look. Either 2.5 or 3.5 inch catback exhaust. I'm not going to do extractors and something that I'm just driving to work. I just drive this to work. And if I'm going anywhere else, I'd just use the wife's brand new Hyundai Accent. Right now, it's actually worked out quite well because I'm driving my father-in-law's Triton because he can't drive it at the moment, so I'm just, you know, keeping it moving, and Rego's due on this, so it's worked out really well. So I'm trying to decide on what I'm going to do. A friend of mine and myself, we did the rocket cover gaskets because one was leaking, and we noticed a bit of water residue in the valve cover. And we're not too worried because it was on the side that the oil cap's on, and apparently if the oil cap's a bit shit, condensation and moisture gets in there and it sits inside the top of the valve cover. So I'm not too worried about that just yet. I don't know if the tyres are like really, really hard or crap, because this thing lets go. On the road so easily. It's not highly powered, it's just a V6. Dark. This thing lets go on the road, so it snaps so quickly that a friend of mine, like I've had the VX version basically of this platform, apart from the ute side of it, and my friend just said just be careful when you first get it, because he said you won't be prepared for the way that it just snaps sideways because it has an LSD and everything in it. And I was like, she'll be right. No, it's fine. So yeah, the first turn I took in the wet, I kicked it out and I saved it, but I was not expecting it to kick out the way it did. So yeah, since I've had it, I've done, well, me and my friend have done gaskets. I've put this in. This is a nightmare to fit. You just almost have to break like bloody lines just to get it in, but it's in now. I'll see if you can hear the induction on it, because literally that's all it is. It's just a fancy induction sound for $390 something. And it's running really rich at the moment too, and I think it's got something to do with the air fuel mixture with this. But what are you gonna do? So what my question is it worth having the motor rebuilt when it dies, or should I just move on to like a, oh Jesus, look at the fuck. Oh, that's not too bad. That's still got some tread on them. My question is, should I put more money into this and make it nice cosmetically, or mechanically, or just let it run dead and then eventually purchase like a VF Ute or something like that in the future? I'm not really sure, you tell me. Anyway, I'll see if I can finish it with the sound clip. I don't know how good the mic is on this. So I'm not sure how any of that turned out. I was just basically talking out my ass, but this Ute, it cost $3,500 with a roadworthy, not much rego, and I'm not really in a position to replace it. But like, a lot of people have just said, just replace it when that motor dies, just replace it with a different motor. But who's to say that won't happen in 10,000 Ks, 15,000 Ks, and yeah, you pay like $400 for a motor, 800 fitted, you know, about $800 fitted, depending on where you go. Like, you can spend, what, 2.5, 3K, and you've got a brand new motor. But you get a brand new motor, and then you've got an old transmission. And then you get the motor, and it doesn't make any sense. And then you get a new transmission, then you got to worry about the drive shafts, then you got to worry about the old LSD, then you got to worry about, where does it finish? Where does it end? Basically, my whole idea is just to keep driving it. I think, hopefully, keep driving it for 2 to 3 years. I don't think I want to trade it in, because you'll get piss all, like $500, and like, as it sits right now, if it wasn't register or roadworthy, it's worth 2K maybe, I think. Which is really cheap when you think about it, but like, if someone wanted to go and get a roadworthy now, there'd be a couple of things I'd have to look into. But if I could sell it now for what I paid for it, I'd probably take it, but I don't know what I would replace it with, especially for 3.5, because the Ute has been so handy, and I'm just really lucky that the Trident, I can use the Trident at the moment, because without that I'd be kind of screwed. Not too screwed, but kind of screwed. Anyway.